Health is a great treasure. It is the richest possession that mortals can have. Wealth, honor, or learning is dearly purchased, if it be at the loss of the vigor of health. None of these attainments can secure happiness if health is wanting. The more perfect our health, the more perfect will be our labor. God's laws of health. The stomach has a controlling power upon the health of the entire body. Anything which is taken into the stomach and converted into blood becomes a part of the being. 1. Nutrition. Nutrition is the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. Around 600 BC, Daniel of Judah conducted what is widely regarded as the earliest recorded clinical trial. His trial compared the health effects of a plant-based diet with those of a royal Babylonian diet over a 10-day period. What is God's diet today? As in the human race, disease in animals is increasing. Contaminated meat, dairy products, and eggs are common sources of food-related illness. A reform in eating would be a saving of expense and labor. The diet affects both physical and moral health. Learn for yourselves what you should eat, what kinds of food best nourish the body, and then follow the dictates of reason and conscience. This is not a matter of trifling importance. Those who will not eat and drink from principle will not be governed by principle in other things. Disease in cattle is making meat eating a dangerous matter. The Lord's curse is upon the earth, upon man, upon beasts, upon the fish in the sea, and as transgression becomes almost universal, the curse will be permitted to become as broad and as deep as the transgression. Disease is contracted by the use of meat. In a short time, it will not be safe to use anything that comes from the animal creation. Pulmonary diseases, cancers, and tumors are startlingly common among animals. It is true that the inspectors reject many cattle that are diseased, but many are passed on to the market that ought to have been refused. Thus, unwholesome flesh has gone on the market for human consumption. At this stage of the earth's history, meat eating is dishonoring to God. It is meat eating and liquor drinking that are making the world as it was in the days of Noah. These things are strengthening the lower passions of human beings, animalizing the race. After the flood, the people ate largely of animal food. God saw that the ways of man were corrupt, and that he was disposed to exalt himself proudly against his Creator and to follow the inclinations of his own heart. And he permitted that long-lived race to eat animal food to shorten their sinful lives. Soon after the flood, the race began to rapidly decrease in size and in length of years. Concerning flesh meat, we can all say, let it alone. And all should bear a clear testimony against tea and coffee, never using them. They are narcotics injurious alike to the brain and to the other organs of the body. In regard to sugar, according to the American Heart Association AHA, the body does not need any added sugar to function healthily. The body uses sugars and starch from carbohydrates to supply glucose to the brain and provide energy to the cells around the body. Milk and sugar, large quantities of milk and sugar eaten together are injurious. They impart impurities to the system. Sugar clogs the system. It hinders the working of the living machine. Use little sugar and cook the fruit only long enough to ensure its preservation. Thus prepared, it is an excellent substitute for fresh fruit. The free use of milk and sugar taken together should be avoided. Some use milk and a large amount of sugar on mush, thinking that they are carrying out health reform. But the sugar and the milk combined are liable to cause fermentation in the stomach and are thus harmful. Caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant found in various plants, including coffee beans, tea leaves, and cacao pods. It is commonly consumed in beverages like coffee, tea, energy drinks, and soft drinks. Caffeine works by blocking the action of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep and relaxation. Excessive caffeine intake can lead to negative effects, including anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, and increased heart rate. Tea and coffee are stimulating, Their effects are similar to those of tobacco, but they affect in a lesser degree. Tea and coffee drinking is a sin, an injurious indulgence, which like other evils injures the soul. These darling idols create an excitement, a morbid action of the nervous system, and after the immediate influence of the stimulants is gone, it lets down below par just to that degree that its stimulating properties elevated above par. To a certain extent, tea produces intoxication. It enters into the circulation and gradually impairs the energy of body and mind. It stimulates, excites, and quickens the motion of the living machinery, forcing it to unnatural action, and thus gives the tea drinker the impression that it is doing him great service, imparting to him strength. Foods that fight disease. Grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables constitute the diet chosen for us by our Creator. These foods, prepared in as simple and natural a manner as possible, are the most healthful and nourishing. Vegetables, fruits, and grains should compose our diet. Not an ounce of flesh meat should enter our stomachs. The eating of flesh is unnatural. We are to return to God's original purpose in the creation of man. Eating meals 6 hours apart will help. Improves the memory and intellect. Strengthens the bones and preserves kidney function. Increases energy and decreases stress. Helps maintain an ideal weight. Decreases cancer growth, heart disease, and diabetes. 2. Exercise. Exercise is the activity requiring physical effort carried out to sustain or improve health and fitness. Daily exercise is beneficial for people of all ages. Exercise not only promotes a sense of well-being and prevents disease, but it also aids in the recovery from disease. Another precious blessing is proper exercise. Everyone should go out and exercise every day, make it their object to do some good, working to the end of benefiting others. While the mind is taxed, the muscles also should have their proportion of exercise. If those who are sick would exercise their muscles daily, women as well as men, in outdoor work using brain, bone, and muscle proportionately, weakness and languor would disappear. Health would take the place of disease and strength the place of feebleness. The best exercise. Morning exercise, in walking in the free, invigorating air of heaven, or cultivating flowers, small fruits and vegetables, is necessary to a healthful circulation of the blood. It is the surest safeguard against colds, coughs, congestions of the brain and lungs, inflammation of the liver, the kidneys and the lungs, and 100 other diseases. Principles of healthful exercise. Exercise must be regular, at least 30 minutes per day. Exercise must be brisk, but not violent too much. Exercise should be varied, such as walking or gardening for best use of all the body muscles. Exercise should be enjoyed for it to have the most beneficial effect. 3. Water. But if anything is needed to quench thirst, pure water, drunk some little time before or after a meal, is all that nature requires. Water is the best liquid possible to cleanse the tissues. Taken with meals, water diminishes the flow of the salivary glands, and the colder the water, the greater the injury to the stomach. Food should not be washed down. No drink is needed with meals. Eat slowly and allow the saliva to mingle with the food. Bathe frequently and drink freely of pure, soft water. Bathe frequently in pure, soft water, followed by gentle rubbing. Frequent bathing is very beneficial, especially at night just before retiring or upon rising in the morning. 4. Sunlight. This is one of nature's most healing agents. Sunlight has a significant impact on an individual's health. Exposure to natural sunlight helps the body produce vitamin D, which is essential for bone health, immune function, and overall well-being. Vitamin D deficiency can lead to various health issues, including weakened bones and increased susceptibility to infections. Additionally, sunlight can improve mood and mental health. It stimulates the production of serotonin, a hormone that helps regulate mood and can reduce feelings of depression and anxiety. Sunlight exposure is also linked to better sleep patterns as it helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm. However, it's important to balance sun exposure with skin protection to avoid the risk of skin damage and cancer. Overall, moderate sunlight exposure is beneficial for physical and mental health, promoting a healthier lifestyle. If you would have your home sweet and inviting, make them bright with air and sunshine. Remove your heavy curtains, open the windows, throw back the blinds, and enjoy the rich sunlight, even if it be at the expense of the colors of your carpets. Exercise and a free and abundant use of the air and sunlight would give life and strength to the emaciated. 5. Temperance. Temperance means to deny self, to use moderately self-control, that which is good, and use nothing harmful to the body. If more food is eaten than can be digested and appropriated, a decaying mass accumulates in the stomach, causing an offensive breath and a bad taste in the mouth. The vital powers are exhausted in an effort to throw off the excess, and the brain is robbed of nerve force. Nearly all the members of the human family eat more than the system requires. Even so-called health reform needs reforming on this point. If more food, even of a simple quality, is placed in the stomach than the living machinery requires, this surplus becomes a burden. The system makes a desperate effort to dispose of it, and this extra work causes a weakly feeling. Some who are continually overeating call this all-gone feeling hunger, but it is caused by the overwork condition of the abused digestive organs. Some of you feel as though you would like to have somebody tell you how much to eat. This is not the way it should be. We are to act from a moral and religious standpoint. We are to be temperate in all things because an incorruptible crown, a heavenly treasure, is before us. You eat too much, and then you are sorry, and so you keep thinking upon what you eat and drink. Just eat that which is for the best and go right away, feeling clear in the sight of heaven and not having remorse of conscience. 6. AIR. The strength of the system is, in a great degree, dependent upon the amount of pure air breathed. Fresh air plays a crucial role in maintaining good health for individuals. Breathing in clean air helps to improve oxygen levels in the body, which is essential for the proper functioning of organs and overall energy levels. It can enhance mental clarity and reduce stress, contributing to better mood and cognitive function. Additionally, exposure to fresh air can strengthen the immune system, helping the body to fight off illnesses. It also promotes better sleep quality, as fresh air can help regulate sleep patterns. Regularly spending time outdoors in a natural environment can lead to physical activity, which is beneficial for cardiovascular health and maintaining a healthy weight. Air is the free blessing of heaven, calculated to electrify the whole system. The influence of pure, fresh air is to cause the blood to circulate healthfully through the system. It refreshes the body and tends to render it strong and healthy, while at the same time its influence is decidedly felt upon the mind, imparting a degree of composure and serenity. 7. Rest. Rest is essential for both physical and mental health. Physically, rest allows the body to recover and repair itself. During sleep, for example, the body undergoes processes that help heal tissues, build muscle, and strengthen the immune system. Without adequate rest, individuals may experience fatigue, decreased performance, and an increased risk of illness. Mentally, rest is crucial for cognitive function and emotional well-being. It helps the brain process information, consolidate memories, and manage stress. Lack of mental rest can lead to anxiety, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. Overall, sufficient rest contributes to a balanced lifestyle, enhancing overall health, productivity, and quality of life. Prioritizing both physical and mental rest can lead to improved mood, better decision-making, and greater resilience against stressors. Trust in God. Pure air and water, cleanliness, a proper diet, purity of life, and a firm trust in God are remedies for the want of which thousands are dying, yet these remedies are going out of date because their skillful use requires work that the people do not appreciate. Fresh air, exercise, pure water, and clean, sweet premises are within the reach of all with but little expense. The harmonious, healthy action of all the powers of body and mind results in happiness. The more elevated and refined the powers, the purer and more unalloyed the happiness. An aimless life is a living death. the mind should dwell upon themes relating to our eternal interests. This will be conducive to health of body and mind. God has pledged himself to keep this living machinery in healthful action if the human agent will obey his laws and cooperate with God. Thank you all for tuning in to explore God's laws of health with me in the divine rules for longevity and healthy life. Wishing each one of you a healthy and blessed life.